Welcome back to my course on life writing and poetic autoethnography. In today's workshop, we'll deal with what is often forgotten about when doing an autoethnography. It sounds like you would be working only by yourself, the auto in autoethnography, but in actual fact, this requires a process of interaction with others. So let's see where we are in the process. You've just finished your narrative contextualization, and we're now moving into the process of peer discussion. What will be the outcome of this workshop? Well, you'll have a critical discussion, an interaction, a conversation with a partner about 10 meaningful life experiences that you have chosen. And following that, you'll write 3 pages of critical reflections on what was learnt from the peer discussion. I'd like to explain a little bit about why we do peer work. Well, first off, if you only talk to yourself and you only listen to yourself, you have a very biased view of anything that you're thinking about. This is a basic human problem, and it's why we should never have dictators ruling countries, because when people talk to themselves, they believe what they tell themselves. So the basic problem here is that you believe your own narrative, and it's difficult for you to really question yourself and get beyond your original starting points. So one way to solve this is to simply talk to other people and to have people respond to your work in an honest and direct manner. And that's basically what this workshop is about. I'd like you to find a friend, a partner, or a close mate that you can work with. This needs to be somebody that you trust, and it also needs to be somebody that will not discuss your experiences with others. The reasons for this are obvious. If you think this is going to be an open discussion which is going to end up on Facebook or some other social media platform, that is going to be very bad, and you're not really going to start telling and speaking about what you really think, but rather it's going to be what I call representational rather than, or presentational rather than honest. To do this work, I would suggest you find a calm, quiet room in which you can have a conversation. I would also suggest making yourself comfortable, have tea, coffee, perhaps cake to support your work. So we're going to talk about a very simple process. You, as the poetic autoethnographer, will present your image and explain the contextualization of the image. Your partner will listen attentively and ask polite probing questions. In a second, we'll deal with what these questions look like. And following this, you'll write up your reflections from the conversation. In general, you want to have a conversation with somebody about your experiences. There is a certain contract that we need to have in place, and please present this to your partner. Your partner will listen actively and try to understand as much as is possible how you are constructing your story. When you ask questions, when the partner asks questions, they need to be polite, avoid applying their own assumptions and biases. The questions need to be asked in a constructive manner with the aim of offering new and additional ways of understanding personal experiences. And as always, it must be respectful, kind, and caring towards your working partner. This is one of the reasons you need to choose your working partner quite carefully, because you want somebody who can actually fulfill these criteria. So what should the partner who's listening be thinking about? And please, just let them know, or perhaps show them this video or this slide from this video before you start. I would like the person listening to think of the following things. Do you understand what led to the experience that's being described? What emotions do you feel and you think are happening in the described experience? How does the context and social discourse play a role in this experiences? What relationships are present? What are the power dynamics of these relationships? What do you think this experience means? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to the person who's telling you this experience? In what way do you think this experience could be a formative moment for your partner? I'd like you to follow this same process with each of the 10 moments that you have chosen. At the end of this process, you should have the following things: a named and chosen meaningful experience, 1 page of free writing notes for each experience, a 1-line, not 1-sentence, poetic image that captures the central aspect of each experience, a 1 to 1.5 narrative description for each experience, and 3 pages of peer discussion reflections covering the full set of experiences. And with that, I'd like to thank you for listening, and I will see you in our next workshop video.